What's up, guys? We are back with a full slate of MLB action here on Tuesday, June 24th. We're going to give out plays on every MLB game on the slate. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, my pick that regardless of price, I think has the highest chance of cashing today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally answer every comment every single day. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and it pays to check back a couple of times per day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, we got off to an incredible start. Right out of the gates, we had the under there in that Rangers-Baltimore Orioles game. That was an easy 6-0 win there for Baltimore, an easy cash there for us in the under. Rogers was lights out for 8 shutout innings, and while Corbin was bad, he wasn't bad enough to lose this for us, so we'll definitely take the win there. We had the Braves at minus 125. Don't mess around with Schwellenbach. A 3-2 win there for the Braves as the Mets offense continues to be slumping. We had the Mariners at minus 116. That was an 11-2 win. Wu was excellent over his 6 innings, and Ober got shelled, and the Twins bullpen and offense continue to look pretty bad. We've got the Padres still going. They are getting dismantled by the Nationals somehow, down 6-1 in the top of the 6th, so that's not looking great. We had the Reds at plus 105 as our dog of the day. That was a nice 6-1 win behind a decent start from Lodolo and a great showing from the Reds bullpen. Insane day at the plate there from Ellie De La Cruz. Crazy stuff from him. Love seeing that. We had the Brewers minus 205 as our massive lock of the day. They come out on the wrong end of a 5-4 loss there against the Pirates. Patrick wasn't great. The offense finally cooled off a bit, and Milwaukee ruined a 9th inning rally by getting caught stealing with no one out. So that was pretty annoying, but overall, looking like it's going to be a positive day. So let's go ahead and hop in here. We've got a pretty crowded slate here on Tuesday. And first up, we're going to be looking at the Texas Rangers going on the road to take on the Baltimore Orioles. Unfortunate, guys, here right out of the gate, we have a play that doesn't have any numbers out at the moment. Now, the Rangers are coming off that 6-0 loss in game 1. They're going to reportedly hand the ball in this one to Jacob Laz. He comes into this game fresh off of, another bullpen performance. Normally a bullpen guy, but makes these spot starts. His last outing was a long bullpen outing, 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run against the Kansas City Royals. So we'll see what he does here against the Orioles. Obviously, not the hardest hitting team necessarily, but we'll see what happens. This dude has some experience as a starter. I think he can go out there and eat up a few innings. Now, once he's out of the game, the Rangers bullpen has been excellent, a 3.37 bullpen ERA. Not going to complain about that. The offense putting up 0 runs though yesterday. Not a great look, but when you look at their history overall at the plate this season, it's pretty bleak. 26th in runs scored, 28th in slugging percentage. Just not a team with a lot of very impressive bats. So we'll see what they can do here at home or on the road against the Orioles, who are fresh off that 6-0 win. They're up to 34-44 on the year, so trying to turn things around. They'll hand the ball to Uncle Charlie in this one. Charlie Morton's 4-7 on the year, a 5.64 ERA. His last couple of starts have been dominant though. Very good outing at home against the Angels, a very good outing there at Tampa Bay, and we can't help but notice, guys, the Orioles are somehow 5-0 over his last 5 starts. So we'll see what he can do here against the Rangers, not the toughest team to face. He hasn't faced him yet this year. I'm expecting good stuff, generally speaking, from Uncle Charlie. Now, the bullpen for Baltimore, obviously coming off of a good day, but a 4.49 bullpen ERA over the course of the year doesn't fill me with tons of optimism. The offense, though, putting up 6 runs, 6, 2, 0, 5, and 4 over their last few. Not hitting the ball incredibly hard. I mean, loving what we're seeing from Jackson Holiday, but, they're 24th in the majors in runs scored and 23rd in the majors in batting average for a reason. Just not an amazing team at the plate. So, like I said, this is a wait-and-see spot. No numbers out as of yet for this Rangers-Orioles game, but keep an eye on that pinned comment. It could make it in there. Next up, guys, we have the Sacramento Athletics going on the road to take on the Detroit Tigers. All the news around the Athletics right now is about them, going to Vegas. We'll, see how that all goes. I don't know that I love it. Now, the Athletics, 32-48 on the season. They just lost 2 out of 3 against the Guardians. They'll hand the ball here to Luis Severino. He's 2-7 on the year, a 4.42 ERA. His last couple of outings have been decent. I mean, 9 hits over 5 innings isn't very good, but only gave up 2 runs in that game. Unfortunately, we see the Athletics lose that one 11-4 against the Astros. We'll see what he can do here against the Tigers. Obviously not the easiest opponent to face, but he hasn't faced Detroit this year, so we'll see how he does. The bullpen for the Athletics has been the worst in the majors, and it's not particularly close. The offense has been floundering recently too. 0, 2, 5, 6, and 4 runs over their last few games. The offense was looking like it would be the strength of this team, and I guess it still is, but it's not amazing. 14th in runs scored, 16th in on-base percentage. Not enough to carry this kind of pitching staff. So we'll see what they can do against the Tigers, who are 49-30 on the year. They just managed to win 1 out of 3 against the Rays, though. They'll hand the ball in this one to Tari Skubal, so happy Skubal Day to all those who celebrate, guys. He's 8-2 on the season, a 2.06 ERA. His last start was against the Pirates, and he was fine. 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs allowed, struck out 6 and walked 3. in a 9-2 win. So all good news there. The Tigers are 4-1 over his last 5 starts, and that one that they lost was back at the end of May. He went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, struck out 7, and they lost that game 1-0. So not exactly his fault. The bullpen for Detroit has been very serviceable this year. Had some bumps in the road recently, up to a 3.81 bullpen ERA, but I think they're better than that. And the offense, 9, 3, 8, 4, and 9 runs over their last few. I think it's going to be fine. They're not going to be the 5th highest scoring team in the majors like they are right now, but they could hover around top 10, and that should be more than enough to put them in a pretty comfortable spot with their pitching staff. So looking at the numbers here, not shocking to see the Tigers as huge favorites. The Athletics are plus 235. The Tigers are minus 290. We've got a total of 7 in this one. The Athletics are 17-21 on the road, 18, 15, and 5 to the over on the road. Detroit is 26-12 at home, 20, 15, and 3 to the under at home. Guys, Skewball's on the mound, so we have to consider the Tigers here as a minus 290 favorite as a potential lock of the day. The lock of the day has been running a little bit bad. Skewball getting us back on track would make a lot of sense. Next up, guys, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays going on the road to take on the Cleveland Guardians. The Blue Jays come into this one 41-36 on the year, fresh off losing 2 out of 3 there against the White Sox. That's pretty embarrassing. They'll hand the ball in this one to Eric Lauer. He has yet to figure out a result this season. Is that actually true? Yeah, he's coming off this will be his 3rd straight outing that is a start. He's been a bullpen guy, had some very good long bullpen appearances. His last time out, 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run there against the Diamondbacks. 8 strikeouts, 1 walk, in a 8-1 win. That is not a bad outing at all. So we'll see what he can do here against the Cleveland Guardians. Definitely not as talented of an offense there as the Diamondbacks. Hasn't faced Cleveland yet this year, but I'm expecting this guy to have a pretty good night. The Toronto bullpen has been pretty solid this year, a 3.55 bullpen ERA. Nothing to complain about there. The offense slumping a bit, 2, 7, and 1 runs in that series against the White Sox. Over the course of the year, though, they've been good. Also, they've got Scherzer coming off the IL to look forward to, but they're 4th in batting average, 9th in on-base percentage. This team is due to put up some runs. So we'll see if that happens here in game 1 against the Guardians, who just won 2 out of 3 at the Athletics. They're 39-37 on the year, 8.5 games back of the Tigers in the AL Central. They'll hand the ball to Logan Allen, who's 5-4 on the season, a 4.21 ERA. His last couple outings have been good. 5 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against the Giants. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs against the Reds. Both of those were wins. We'll see what he can do. Wins for the Guardians, We'll see what he can do here against the Toronto Blue Jays, who have been swinging the bats pretty well. He faced Toronto back in early May and didn't have a great time over his 5 2/3 innings, and it was eventually a 5-3 loss there for Cleveland. So we'll see what he can do. The Guardians bullpen is decent. A 3.66 bullpen ERA is fine. The offense, 3, 4, 1, 1, and 4 runs over their last few games. Guys, that's the problem with this team. Jose Ramirez has to do it all, and that's a lot to ask on a big league roster. They're 25th in runs scored, 27th in slugging percentage, just not enough offense. So looking at the numbers, I'm a little bit surprised to see this listed as a coin flip. Both teams are minus 110. We've got totals out there of 8.5 or 9. Toronto 16-20 on the road, 18, 16, and 2 to the under on the road. Cleveland 19-15 at home, 18, 15, and 1 to the under at home. I don't despise taking under 9 in this game, but I don't love it. In terms of a side, I'll definitely take the Blue Jays at minus 110. I feel like that's where the value is in this game. Could it make the pinned comment? I would say it's got a chance. I do actually have a decent amount of faith here in Eric Lauer and in, that pretty decent Toronto bullpen. Hopping in here, guys, with a quick shout out to today and everyday sponsor, and that is stumpthespread.com. Click the link in the description to get over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Our premium members are getting daily MLB, NHL, and UFC picks. Major League Baseball is obviously the main thing we've got going right now. And if you get on the free email list, there's also WNBA included. But definitely get over there to Stump the Spread. We've had a great first half of the season in terms of MLB results. It's been really, really solid, guys. Our premium capper, who is not me for MLB there over at Stump the Spread, is coming off a 2-0 day. Very good stuff there. He had a 3-unit play on the Atlanta Braves and a 2-unit play there on the Baltimore Orioles. Both of those plays end up coming through. So very, very good stuff there for our premium members. Definitely get over to stumpthespread.com, check out our premium content, but also check out all the free stuff we offer over there. We've got a free-to-use bet size calculator. We've got exclusive free picks that are only posted over there. Definitely worth getting over there to get on the free email list as well, guys. All they need for you to set up a free account and get on that email list is your name and your email address. That's it. You'll get 1 email with free picks straight to your inbox every single day. 1 or 2 free picks included. Also information on niche betting like golf, NASCAR, tennis, all kinds of stuff like that. And parlays are often included in those emails. So very good stuff there, straight to your inbox every single day. Also, if you're a huge fan of what we're doing here every single day, you can sign up for a channel membership by clicking the little join button right below the video. Channel members are eligible for our members only giveaways. We'll be giving away a Stump the Spread hoodie to one random channel member each and every week. It looks like pretty much basically in 7 days or 6 days from this one on the 30th, we'll be doing another hoodie giveaway. So definitely get over there, click that little join button if you're interested in signing up for a channel membership, and you get early access to all my videos and you get your name up on screen in every video like you've been seeing. But guys, we've got a ton of games to cover here on a very crowded Tuesday slate, so let's hop right back in. Next up, we're looking at the Atlanta Braves going on the road to take on the New York Mets. The Braves come into this game fresh off that 3-2 win there yesterday thanks to Schwellenbach. So hey, if you enjoyed cashing that pick on the Braves yesterday, slam that thumbs up button, guys. We really appreciate the support. Now, the Braves are going to be handing the ball in this one to Spencer Strider, who's 2-5 on the year, a 3.89 ERA. He has looked amazing his last couple of outings. His last time out was against the Mets. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run allowed, struck out 8 and walked 1 in a 7-1 win. And the start before that's when he struck out 13 there against the Rockies. So loving what we're seeing from Strider, liking what we're seeing from the Braves bullpen. It's getting better and better, a 3.70 bullpen ERA right now. The offense is not amazing. I'm not going to lie, guys. I mean, 3, 7, 2, and 7 runs over their last few is an improvement. Acuna, hitting the crap out of the ball. They're still only 22nd in the majors in runs scored, though, in 20th in batting average. So let's not freak out too much. They're taking on a Mets team that is absolutely slumping right now, guys. The Mets will hand the ball in this one to Frankie Montas. Coming off the IL, he was 7-11 last year, a 4.84 ERA. We'll see what he can do in this one. I'm not expecting miracles out of Frankie Montas, especially in his first start off the IL. I'm a little bit concerned. Now, if the Mets bullpen ends up out there a bunch, normally that would be good. A 3.29 Mets bullpen ERA is one of the best 5 or 6 in the majors, but they've had their struggles recently, and so has the offense. 2-1, 11, 2-1, and 0 runs over their last few games. They are, I'm not going to say bottoming out, but they are really, really struggling at the plate. So looking at the numbers in this one, I'm not shocked to see the Braves at -150. The Mets are +124. We've got a total of 9 in this game. Atlanta's only 13-26 on the road, 20-17-2 to the under on the road. The Mets are 27-10 at home. That's an MLB best home mark. They're 20-15-2 to the under at home. I'm going to be leaning quite a bit here towards the Atlanta Braves. -150 is a little bit expensive, so it might not be a good enough price to make it into the pinned comment, but with Strider on the mound here, the way he's been throwing the ball, I think this is an excellent spot to back the Atlanta Braves. Rolling right along here, guys, we've got the New York Yankees going on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. The Yankees lost 5-1 in Cincinnati in Game 1 of this series, so slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing the Reds with us yesterday. That was a cool one, guys. The Yankees now, they're going to hand the ball to Carlos Rodon. He's 9-5 on the year, a 3.10 ERA, hoping he can, lead them back, but I don't know. His last, I would say, at least 3 starts have looked a bit problematic. Now, the Yankees are only 1-2 over those starts. The 2 losses were against the Red Sox. The win was against the Angels, but I don't know, man. I'm just not loving what I'm seeing from Rodon right now. We'll see what he can do against the Reds. Not a team he's faced this year, but I'm a little bit worried about him. We'll see what happens there. Now, the Yankees bullpen also has been good this season, but a little bit troublesome recently. A 3.48 bullpen ERA, not the best. The thing that has evaporated for the Yankees in weird fashion, the offense has just disappeared. They've scored 1, 6, 9, 3, 7, 2, 0, 0, and 0 runs over their last few games. And they're down to 4th in the majors in runs scored, 6th in batting average. I know those numbers still look amazing over the course of the year, but recently it's been very, very dark for the Yankees at the plate. So we'll see what they do here against the Cincinnati Reds, who are 41-38 on the season, winners of 2 in a row. They'll hand the ball in this game to Chase Burns. We'll see what young Burns can do. This kid's only 22 years old. A lot of pressure making your debut here against the Yankees. We'll see what he can do. I am concerned. I will definitely say that I'm concerned here. Now, he's got great stuff. There's a reason they're bringing him up. We'll see what he can do. The Yankees are slumping right now, so maybe that'll help. The Reds' bullpen is a decent bullpen to back him up. I mean, a 4.03 bullpen ERA looks bad right now, but over the course of the year, they've had a lot. They've spent a lot more time in the top 10 than they've spent in the bottom 10. Let's put it that way. Now, the offense has surprised the crap out of me, guys. They're 11th in runs scored in the majors. They're 15th in on base percentage. Elliot De La Cruz hitting the cover off the ball right now, so we'll see what he does against Rodon. But I'm expecting very, very good stuff from the Reds at the plate, pretty much on a nightly basis. So looking at the numbers here, the Yankees are big favorites, -160. The Reds are +135. We've got a total of 9. The Yankees are 21-16 on the road, 19-16-2 to the under on the road. The Reds are 20-17 at home, 20-15-2 to the under at home. I don't hate under 9 in this game. I think that's actually kind of reasonable. The concern would be Chase Burns getting, shelled, or the Reds offense going bonkers, or maybe the Yankees offense going bonkers. But under 9 is live to me in this one. And I also don't hate the Reds here at +135, just under the impression the Yankees might continue to struggle. And maybe Chase Burns comes out and jumps on him and, surprises them a little bit. So definitely think both of those plays have some value. Rapid fire through these games, we've got the Arizona Diamondbacks going on the road to take on the Chicago White Sox. The Diamondbacks come into this game fresh off a 10-0 win in Game 1 of this series against the White Sox. They'll hand the ball here in Game 2 to Ryan Nelson. He's sporting a 3.88 ERA. He's coming off a very good start, a couple really good starts, actually. Good start there at Toronto, good start against the Padres. He's been throwing the ball pretty well recently, so got to give him credit where credit is due. He has had, some problems this year. Not as many problems as the Diamondbacks bullpen, though. Fourth worst bullpen in the majors, and that is looking like a pretty permanent thing. The offense obviously back online. 10, 2, 5, 14, and 9 runs over their last few games. They're third in the majors in runs scored. They're seventh in batting average. The problem is Suarez and Naylor both leaving the game with injuries is not great. I kind of think there's a good chance neither one of them will play in this game, so that does make me a bit worried about this offense. They're taking on a White Sox team that's been terrible this year, 25 and 54 on the year. They'll hand the ball to Jordan Leisure. He is normally a bullpen guy, so looking like a full bullpen start here from the White Sox. We'll see how that goes. Over the course of the year, their bullpen has been mediocre, a 4.25 bullpen ERA, not nearly as bad as last season, but not great. We'll see what the bullpen looks like in this one. I'm not expecting miracles, but I'm not expecting the worst. The offense getting shut out yesterday probably feels bad, but when you're the 28th highest scoring offense, so, second to last offense in the majors in runs scored and last in batting average, you're going to get shut out every once in a while because you suck. So looking at the numbers here, the Diamondbacks are minus 160. The White Sox are plus 135. We've got a total of 9 out there. The Diamondbacks are 19 and 20 on the road, 20, 17, and 2 to the over on the road. The White Sox are 16 and 21 at home, 21, 13, and 3 to the over at home. I'm probably not super interested in the over in this spot just because, we might have a pretty banged up Arizona Diamondbacks lineup, but I do still like the Diamondbacks here a little bit at minus 160. Not a game that I'm showing tons of value in and not a game where I'm very interested. Next up, guys, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates going on the road to take on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Pirates come to this game fresh off of an annoying for us 5-4 win there at Milwaukee in game 1 of that series. They'll hand the ball in this one to Andrew Heaney, who's 3-6 on the year, a 3.94 ERA. He got shelled by the Tigers his last time out. Start before that, had a little bit of a rough time against the Cubs. We'll see what he can do here going up against the Milwaukee Brewers. Obviously, like an NL Central foe here that he's going to face, but we'll see. We'll see. No history against them yet this year, so I'm not going to jump into any super bold conclusions. Now, the Pirates' bullpen, I don't think it's a bold conclusion to say the bullpen is pretty bad. A 4.04 bullpen ERA. Not ideal. And the offense, while they have scored 5 and 8 runs respectively over their last 2 games, has been awful this year. They're last in the majors in runs scored. They are 28th in batting average, batting .227 as a team, and they're also last in slugging percentage. So, gonna have to figure out something at the plate here, or just keep this hot run going, I guess would be the idea, as they take on the Milwaukee Brewers, whose loss there yesterday snapped a 4-game winning streak. They'll hand the ball to Freddie Peralta. He's 7-4 on the year, a 2.76 ERA. His last start was against the Cubs, and he wasn't great. 5 innings, 2 hits, 3 earned runs allowed, gave up a couple home runs, walked 2 guys and struck out 6. It was an 8-7 win for Milwaukee, so make of that what you will. Over his last 5 starts, he's been pretty solid. We'll see what he can do here against the Pirates. He faced them back in kind of late May and was okay. 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run allowed, but not his sharpest that day for sure. So we'll see if he can be a little bit better here pitching at home. The Brewers bullpen, pretty much in the same boat as the Pirates. Not very good. The offense, a little bit of a hiccup there, scoring only 4 runs against the Pirates in game 1. But generally speaking, have been swinging some very hot bats coming into this series. So we'll see if they can continue that. They're 10th in the majors in runs scored this season. Now, looking at the numbers, the Pirates are plus 170. The Brewers are minus 205. We've got a total of 7.5. The Pirates are 11-27 on the road, so a terrible road team. 23, 13, and 2 to the under on the road. The Brewers are 17 and 24 at home, 24, 13, and 1 to the under at home. I don't hate under 7.5 in this game. I know that's a pretty small number for a couple pretty bad bullpens, but I don't think we're going to see a ton of offense in this game. In terms of a side, I will back the Brewers here, but minus 205 seems a little bit excessive and definitely not a play that I have enough confidence in to make it the lock of the day. Rolling along here, guys, we've got the Seattle Mariners going on the road to take on the Minnesota Twins. The Mariners came through for us yesterday with an 11-2 win there at Minnesota, so slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing the Mariners there yesterday. Now, Seattle 40-37 on the year, handing the ball in this one to Luis Castillo, who's 4-5 on the season, a 3.38 ERA. His last couple starts have been pretty solid, maybe not dominant, but 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs against the Red Sox. Not a bad outing. Over his last 5 starts, we see the Mariners only 2-3, but he's generally speaking kept them in all these games. I had a kind of a bad outing against the Angels. Other than that, he's been pretty good. So we'll see what he can do here against the Twins. Not necessarily the hardest hitting team at the moment, and he shut them down back on June 1st. So I'm expecting pretty good stuff from Castillo in this one. The Seattle bullpen seems like it's headed in the right direction, a 3.65 bullpen ERA, and double-digit scoring in 2 straight games. They are swinging some pretty hot bats right now. They're 12th in the majors in runs scored, 9th in the majors in slugging percentage, numbers that this Mariners team would have absolutely killed for last year. So we'll see if they can keep it rolling against the Twins, who are falling off a cliff right now. They'll hand the ball to Chris Paddock, who is 3-6 on the year, a 4.48 ERA. His last start was against the Reds. It didn't go great. 6 hits, 4 earned runs over 5 innings. Now, the Twins did win 12-5, but it was not Paddock's fault. Now, he faced the Mariners and was great back on June 1st. 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run allowed, struck out 10, and a 2-1 loss. So we'll see what happens in this game. I'm not necessarily expecting Paddock to be terrible, but his last couple of starts have made me nervous. The Twins bullpen, the bottom's falling out, guys. They're looking terrible, all the way up to a 4.44 bullpen ERA. And the offense, 2, 8, 0, 6, 12, and 2 runs over their last few games. This is not a great team at the plate. I feel like around 20th in the majors, which is where they're at in most of the major statistical categories, is pretty much where they belong. So looking at the numbers here, the Mariners are minus 105, the Twins are minus 115. We've got a total of 8.5 in this one. The Mariners are 19-18 on the road, 20-16-1 to the over on the road. The Twins are 20-15 at home, 18-16-1 to the under at home. There's a pretty good chance we run it back here on the Mariners at minus 105. What Paddock has done his last couple of starts have made me very nervous that there might actually be something wrong with him. And yeah, Castillo's looked so good and so good against the Mariners. I feel like it's a pretty good spot, getting basically even money on a Seattle team that's pretty hot, going up against a Twins team that is ice cold. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Tampa Bay Rays headed to Kansas City to take on the Royals. The Rays are up to 43-35 on the year, only 2 games back of the Yankees there in the AL East. They'll hand the ball in this one to Taj Bradley, who has been a problem. He's 4-5, a 4.95 ERA. His last 3 starts, he's looked terrible. At least his last 3 starts, and it's been brutal. Now, somehow the Rays managed to win 2 out of those 3 games, but it has not been his fault. He has not been throwing the ball well. I'm concerned about an injury or something. We'll see what happens, but I am worried about Taj Bradley. I'm not worried about that Tampa Bay bullpen, though. 3rd best in the majors, an excellent bullpen group. The offense has been good, too. 3, 8, 14, 1, and 12 runs over their last few games. They're all the way up to 7th in the majors in runs scored, 5th in batting average, batting .256 as a team. This is an elite level offense, guys, which is crazy, not what they looked like in the early going. So we'll see if they can keep, scoring some runs here against the Royals, who come to this one fresh off losing 2 out of 3 there at San Diego. They'll hand the ball in this one to Kris Bubic, who's 6-4 on the year, a 2.12 ERA. His last time out, his last couple of starts, actually not great. Struggling against the Rangers doesn't look good. Struggling against the Yankees can be excused, but 5 1/3 innings, 9 hits, 3 earned runs against the Rangers is not great. The Royals eventually won that game 6-3, so maybe I shouldn't say too much, but he didn't look great. And going up against the Tampa Bay Rays, not going to be the easiest opponent here either. So we'll see how he does. The Royals bullpen's been pretty solid this year, a 3.54 bullpen ERA. Not going to complain about that, although they have had their share of implosions. The problem for this Royals team all season long has been their offense. And, they scored, 2, 1, and 6 runs in that series against the Padres. Over the course of the year, they're 29th in runs scored. They are 25th in on-base percentage, getting on base at a 301 clip. Just not a lot of scary bats in that lineup for the Royals. Something they're going to have to address at some point because it's getting pretty bleak out there. Now, looking at the numbers, the odds makers not giving the Rays any respect with Taj Bradley on the mound, and I don't blame them. The Rays are plus 120. The Royals are minus 144. We've got a total of 8.5 in this game. Tampa Bay is 16-12 on the road. That's actually an MLB best road mark. They are 15-13 to the under on the road. The Royals are a 500 home team. They are 23-15 to the under at home. I'm going to lean towards the Royals in this one because I have zero faith right now in Taj Bradley. Now, minus 144, I'm not interested in that. Bubic has been good, but not great recently, and I'm not super bought in here on the Royals. I just cannot justify taking Taj Bradley here. So give me the Royals, but mostly a stay away spot for me. We'll see what Taj Bradley can do. Next on the docket, we've got the Chicago Cubs going on the road to take on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cubs are 46-32 on the year, but lost game 1 of this series to the Cardinals 8-2. They're 3.5 games up on Milwaukee and on St. Louis in a kind of tight race there in the NL Central. So we'll see what happens here as they hand the ball to Jameson Taillon, who's 7-4 on the year, a 3.84 ERA. His last start, he got knocked around pretty aggressively there by the Brewers. 4 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs. Not his normal, kind of outing, though. He's been very good this season overall. He hasn't faced the Cardinals yet this year, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm kind of anticipating a bounce-back spot here, a bounce-back situation for Taillon, but we'll see what happens. The Cubs bullpen, a 3.50 bullpen ERA. Obviously, that's been very, very serviceable this season. No problem there. The offense, though, I feel like it's tailing off a bit. They're still 2nd in the majors in runs scored. They're 9th in the majors in batting average. So we'll see how that goes here against the Cardinals. They've looked like an elite offense most of the season, but maybe not swinging the hottest bats here the last couple weeks. So we'll see what they get done here against their rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals, who are 43 and 36 on the year. They've actually won, what is it up to now, 6 of their last 7 or something like that. They'll hand the ball to Michael McGreevy, who's 1-1 this year, a 2.70 ERA. This young 24-year-old is going to be making his 4th outing, his 3rd start. His last outing, he was very good against the White Sox. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run allowed, struck out 5. He did struggle a bit against the Dodgers, but that's going to happen. Going up against the Cubs, not, the easiest nut to crack. So we'll see what McGreevy looks like. Obviously, this is a prospect the Cardinals are pretty high on. The bullpen for St. Louis has been good down the stretch, a 3.91 bullpen ERA. Not dominant, but headed in the right direction, especially considering how bad they were this season. The real, eye-opener for the Cardinals this year has been their offense has been pretty crazy. Over the course of the year, they're 9th in runs scored. They're 8th in batting average, batting .255 as a team. They're the 5th best on-base percentage team in the majors. We've seen guys like Burleson, Arenado, Contreras all hit the ball really, really well this year. So the Cardinals, a very solid offensive team right now. So looking at the numbers, the Cubs are minus 115. The Cardinals are plus 102. We've got a total of 9 out there. The Cubs are 21 and 16 on the road, 19, 14, and 4 to the over on the road. The Cardinals are 24 and 15 at home, 21, 16, and 2 to the over at home. I don't hate over 9 in this game. I think we'll see a decent amount of offense. I mean, I worry a little bit about Talon having some sort of amazing performance, but McGreevy probably going to give up a couple runs. I can't stray away from the Cardinals right now. I got to take the Cardinals at plus 102, but this is not going in the pinned comment. Maybe this is a homer pick by me. I don't know. As a born and raised Cardinals fan, I can't help it, but I do think they've got a pretty good chance in this game. Rolling along here, guys, we're looking at the Philadelphia Phillies going on the road to take on the Houston Astros. The Phillies are fresh off a 7-1 win there against the Mets. They won 2 out of 3 in that series, so I'm sure they're pretty pumped about that. They'll hand the ball in this game to Ranger Suarez. He comes into this one 6-1 on the year, a 2.20 ERA. He just dominated the Marlins after dominating the Toronto Blue Jays. He's been throwing the ball amazingly well over his last 5 starts. Not his fault the Phillies are only 3-2 over those starts, by the way. So we'll see what he looks like here against the Astros. Not necessarily the hardest hitting team, but they've done some good stuff at the plate. But regardless, I don't hate this spot for Ranger Suarez. The Phillies bullpen, on the other hand, is a big concern. A 4.63 bullpen ERA. One of the worst 5 or 6 in the majors, so that's something they have to address at some point if they really want to be a World Series contender. The offense for the Phillies has looked good. 7, 4, and 10 runs over their last few games over the course of the year. 8th best in the majors. We have seen, a little bit of injury concern, Bryce Harper and stuff, but overall, I am not too upset with the way this Phillies team is swinging the bat. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Astros. They come into this game fresh off winning 2 out of 3 against the Angels. Now, the 2 games they did win were by 1 run each, so not a dominant series by any stretch. They'll hand the ball in this game to Framber Valdez, who's 8-4 in the year, a 3.09 ERA. He's been very good over his last 5 starts as well. The Astros are actually 5-0 over those starts. Wins against the Athletics, White Sox, Pirates. Those don't really get me going too much, but taking down the Rays and the Seattle Mariners, that's very good stuff. So we'll see what Valdez does here against the Phillies. Obviously, a tougher than average offense, no doubt about that. I'm expecting him to be pretty good out there. Not going to lie. I think he'll be pretty solid. Now, the bullpen for Houston, also very good. Second best bullpen in the majors. One of the top 3 or 4 in the majors overall. I think that's been made pretty clear over the course of the season. The problem for the Astros, generally speaking, this year has been their offense. They're currently 15th in runs scored. 13th in slugging percentage, 3rd in batting average, batting .257 as a team, though. They've turned it on a bit at times recently, but 8, 1, 3, 4, 11, and 13 over their last few, and that's all games against the Angels and Athletics. I'm not going to freak out about this team at the plate. So looking at the numbers here, the Phillies are plus 120. The Astros are minus 140. We've got a total of 7.5. The Phillies 21 and 17 on the road, 23, 14, and 1 to the under on the road. The Astros are 27 and 13 at home, 23, 16, and 1 to the under at home. I actually think this is a pretty good spot to take under 7.5. You could also interest me in no run first inning. You could also definitely interest me in under in the first 5. I just don't think we're going to see a ton of offense from these 2 teams. In terms of a side, I do like the Phillies a little bit here at plus 120. It's a very intriguing price. I know Valdez is good, but getting the Phillies at plus money isn't something that's going to happen every day. But generally speaking, guys, I think the under is probably where you want to be on this game, or that no-run first inning. Next up, guys, unfortunately, it's another game we have no numbers. We've got the LA Dodgers going on the road to take on the Colorado Rockies. The Dodgers come into this one fresh off winning 2 out of 3 against the Nationals. They're 48 and 31 in the year, having a pretty good time. We don't know who they're going to hand the ball to start this game, so that's a bit up in the air still. Obviously, their bullpen has not been amazing this year. It's something they're going to want to address before the playoffs, I would think. Now, the offense has been very good. No major news there. Ohtani killing it. Even starting to look pretty good pitching. So yeah, everything headed in the right direction for the Dodgers. They're taking on the Rockies team that's terrible, 18-60 on the year. They did just win 1 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks. They'll hand the ball in this one to German Marquez, who's 3-8 this year, a 6.11 ERA. He did great his last 2 times out, shutting down the Nationals and shutting down the Atlanta Braves, but can you really count on this guy? I mean, over the course of the year, he's looked pretty terrible. The last time he faced the Dodgers, he only made 2/3 of an inning and gave up 7 earned runs. So we'll see if that happens. That was back in mid-April. I'm expecting bad stuff from the entire Colorado pitching staff. I don't think that's too much of a shock, and the offense might be the worst in the majors, so we'll see what happens in this one, guys. No numbers out as of yet, but I would expect if we were taking this one, we'd have to take the Dodgers at -1.5. Next on the dock, we're looking at a very interesting game. We've got the Boston Red Sox going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Angels. The Red Sox and Angels are actually playing right now, things all tied up at 5 apiece. The 7th inning just ended. The Red Sox lost 2 out of 3 at San Francisco. Now they're, in a very close game down the stretch against the Angels in Anaheim. So we'll see how that goes, or in LA, I mean. Now, the Red Sox will hand the ball to Garrett Crochet, who's 7-4 on the season, a 2.20 ERA. He's having a good year. No major shock there. 4 out of his last 5 starts have been elite. The Red Sox are 4-1 over his last 5 outings. We'll see what he looks like here against the Angels. Has he faced? No, he has not faced the Angels yet this year. So we'll see what Crochet looks like, but I'm expecting him to be good because that's kind of his normal setting. Now, the bullpen for the Red Sox has also been something of a strength. 6th best bullpen in the majors, a 3.35 ERA coming out of the pen. Nothing to turn your nose up at there. The offense floundering a little bit, and that makes sense when you make that kind of trade. Clearly not really designed to make your offense better. Maybe to make the vibes in the clubhouse a little bit better, but I don't think they're going to be the 6th highest scoring team in the majors anymore. That's a number that's going to take a hit. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Angels, who are having a pretty mediocre year, but they turned it around a bit. They're up to 37-40 on the season, so relatively respectable. Tyler Anderson, the guy pegged to be their best starter for sure, is only 2-5 on the year, a 4.56 ERA. His last, I would say, at least 4 starts have been pretty mediocre. At the Yankees his last time out, 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, and a 7-3 loss. The Angels are only 1-4 over his last 5 outings. Last time he faced the Red Sox, he actually got shelled, but ended up not, taking the loss because the Angels came back and won that game 7-6. So we'll see what he does in this one. I'm not expecting miracles from him. He's been pretty bad for a minute now. The Angels' bullpen's obviously been terrible all year long. The offense has bailed them out of some games. Now, it's not amazing. We've loved seeing from guys like Taylor Ward this year, but 21st in the majors in runs scored and 29th in batting average does not fill me with optimism. So looking at the numbers here, the Red Sox are -195. The Angels are +165. We've got a total of 8. The Red Sox are 18-22 on the road, 21-19 to the over on the road. The Angels are 16-18 at home, a 500 over-under team at home. In general in this game, guys, I don't think I can do anything except for take the Red Sox. Crochet's been too good. Anderson's been floundering recently. Maybe he has some sort of revival here, but I'll definitely take the Red Sox here at -195, but probably not a game that's going in the pinned comment. Rounding into the home stretch here, guys, we're looking at the Washington Nationals going on the road to take on the San Diego Padres. The Nationals and Padres are actually playing right now, with the Nationals now up 6-3. So the Padres trying to rally a little bit. We'll see if they've got enough to bring it back for us, but it's looking a little sketch. The Nationals in Game 2 will hand the ball to Trevor Williams, who's 3-8 on the season, a 5.54 ERA. His last couple starts, maybe his last 3 starts even, have somehow looked okay, but when you're going up against the Rockies, Marlins, and Rangers, those 3 of the worst offenses in the majors, pretty close to, not the 3 worst, but 3 of the worst. So we'll see what happens. Also, can't help but notice the Nationals are 2-1, or 1-2 over that span. So we'll see how things go in this one. Going up against the Padres is going to be a little bit of a different situation, although they've been pretty bad offensively too. The Nationals bullpen's been terrible, an ERA of nearly 6. Second worst or maybe worst bullpen in the majors, and the offense hasn't been anything special. I mean, they scored 7 runs twice in that series against the Dodgers, but only won 1 of those games. Over the course of the year, they're 18th in runs scored, 22nd in batting average, batting .241 as a team. Not running a lot of super scary bats up to the plate, except for James Woods. 21 home runs, batting .279, and 57 RBIs is very respectable stuff. So we'll see what they do here against the Padres, who are 42-35 on the season. We'll see what goes on, in the current game. Hoping the Padres can make something of a comeback here. They'll hand the ball to Ryan Bergert. He is, this young 25-year-old sporting a 1.88 ERA. His last 4 outings have all been starts, and they've all been pretty reasonable. The Padres are 3-1 over that span, including an outing he had at the Dodgers where he went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits and no runs, and we eventually saw the Padres win that game 5-3. So I'm expecting pretty good stuff from him here, even going up against a team like the Nationals. Yeah, a little bit of sarcasm there. But regardless, like Burger here, love the Padres bullpen. Been one of the best 4 or 5 bullpens in the majors all year long. The offense is where this team struggles. Machado and Tatis really have to carry the burden here. They're 14th in batting average, but 20th in runs scored and 23rd in slugging percentage. So yeah, looking at the numbers, I'm not shocked to see the Padres as big favorites. The Nationals are plus 140. The Padres are minus 165. We've got totals out there of 8.5 or 9. The Nationals 16 and 22 on the road, a 500 over/under team on the road. The Padres 23 and 13 at home, 21, 14 and 1 to the under at home. This might be another spot to take the Padres, which is going to be really annoying if they lose game 1. But are they really going to go down 2-0 in this series? Playing at home against the Nationals seems unlikely to me. I definitely think this is a good spot for the Padres. You could even talk me into taking them minus 1.5. Last but not least here, guys, we've got the Miami Marlins going on the road to take on the San Francisco Giants. The Marlins are only 31 and 45 on the year, but they did just win 2 out of 3 against the Braves. They'll hand the ball in this game to Cal Quantrill, who's 3 and 7 on the season, a 5.68 ERA. His last start was against the Phillies, 4 innings, 4 hits, and 3 earned runs. Doesn't exactly fill me with optimism, but the last time he faced the Giants, 5 innings, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and was eventually a 2-0 loss. Does give me some reason for optimism. So we'll see what we get out of Quantrill. The Marlins bullpen obviously hasn't been great. A 4.50 bullpen ERA, certainly more of a weakness than a strength. The offense has been decent at times, 5-0 and 6 runs over their last few games, but 23rd in runs scored, 12th in batting average, batting 251 as a team. So not the worst offense in the world. They've got some bats out there that you don't want to, hang one against. We'll see what they can do here against a Giants team that's won 3 out of their last 4. They'll hand the ball to Justin Verlander in this game. It hasn't been an easy season for 42-year-old Verlander, guys. He's 0-4 on the year, a 4.45 ERA. His last outing, not bad. And honestly, his last, I would say, 3 or 4, maybe even all 5 of his last 5 starts have been respectable. But he hasn't gotten a win yet this year. Hasn't given up more than 3 earned runs over that span, but also has had some pretty short starts in there, given up a lot of hits, had a lot of walks in a few of those outings. So we'll see what he looks like here against the Marlins. Not the toughest team, but not the easiest team either. The bullpen for the Giants has obviously been amazing. First in the majors, basically in every major category there in terms of bullpen stuff. 2.63 bullpen ERA is crazy. The offense, 9, 3, and 5 runs over their last few games. A step in the right direction for a team that got off to a very hot start at the plate, but it looked a little bit unsustainable, and lo and behold, it was. They're 24th in batting average, down to 16th in runs scored. So I don't think this is going to be some sort of offensive juggernaut. Looking at the numbers for this game, the Marlins are plus 158. The Giants are minus 190. We've got a total of 8 in this game. The Marlins are 14 and 21 on the road, 19 and 16 to the over on the road. The Giants are 25 and 14 at home, 24 and 15 to the under at home. Could this be the spot Verlander finally gets a win? Seems like a bit of a stretch to me. I'm going to actually lean slightly here towards the Marlins at plus 158. I just don't trust Verlander. I'm not going to be backing him until I see some very good stuff out of him and out of his teammates. So give me the Marlins here at plus 158, but it's a very small lean. Guys, that's all the games we have for today. Make sure you're hitting that like button for good luck on all of your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Click the link in the description to get over to stumpthespread.com. Get on that free email list. Check out all the free stuff we offer over there. There's great information there, and on that email list, available to you for free every single day. Guys, we'll be right back here tomorrow. See you here, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.